Hi, gorgeous souls. Well, today we're going to talk about the one thing that's really holding you back from financial freedom. Now, this is like my first YouTube video, so I'm going to make it easy on myself. I've got my notes here. I've written it all out for you nicely, and I'm silently freaking out on the inside. So I'm overcoming all my internal BS to come here and make this YouTube video. You know what? I might put that one aside and we'll do that video in the next one, because what I really want to talk about is the way that we hold ourselves back. And for me, it's taken me weeks to make this video. I did make a YouTube video and then I had like a challenge come up with it. And then I decided I didn't even like that YouTube video and I wanted to start again. And I know that there's so many people, like on YouTube, there are so many people who are doing it. And we can compare ourselves to these people and it looks so easy, and it is really easy, but internally there can be a lot of struggle. And I know that there's so many people out there, so many women who have these gifts to share, this message to get out there. And there's just this internal resistance. And then once you get past this internal resistance, often there's subconscious, underlying little niggling things that will distract you and stop you from getting there. So you have this energy in your body that stops you, and then you have this subconscious energy in your mind that wants to stop you as well. And I just want to talk about that for a bit, because there's nothing physical from stopping you from putting yourself out there, from starting your business. Oh, my video may have issues. A sign just came up on my screen. Oh gosh. I'm going to just be real with you guys, and I'm going to turn off, if I can do this in the middle of a video. I can't. Okay, hopefully this just works. Anyway. Hopefully it records properly. So many women, so many of us just have these gifts to share, and we have this message, and we've been through stuff and overcome things, and we can share that, but we hold ourselves back for all of the little reasons. And for me, it's things like, I don't know what to do with this video after I film it. I don't know what font to use, what colors to use. I've been caught up in all these little details. I waited until I got my hair cut because I didn't want to make a few videos and then get my hair changed. And to be honest, they just kind of exactly the same anyway. There's so much stuff that goes on inside our minds, especially if you are an overthinker, if you're an anxious person, if you're a little bit of a perfectionist, or just like so many of us just go through this stuff. So for me, I started my first business when I was 17 years old, and I started it in 2 months. I had the idea, I figured out how it would run, and then I took steps, one little step every day to make it happen. And that's something my mum taught me, is just take a step today. Just phone the people, book the thing, just do something. And it happened in 2 months. And then my next business, it's kind of been evolving for the last 10 to 15 years, really. But in its current iteration, it's been probably 5 years. Maybe. I've known for 10 years that I want to do some sort of life coaching. So there's been a lot of life journeys, and there's divine timing and all that. But there's also been so much internal stuff that I've had to overcome. And I think to myself, why did my first business take 2 months? And my current business has taken 10 years. A lot of it is to do with that refining and that divine timing, like I just mentioned, but most of it is internal crap. Like, I knew when I was 17 years old that I wanted to do life coaching, but I felt like I was too young and that I needed more life experience. And so what did the universe do? It threw all this life experience at me. And then, sorry, that was a bird. Bit distractible. And then there's just been excuses, kind of. But the other thing is that when you want to start a business, an online business, Everyone's trying to help you and everyone's bombarding you with information, telling you how they did it, what strategies to use, how to tweak this and that, how to make your branding perfect, how to perfect your messaging, all the sequences you need to use, funnels, all this stuff. And it is so much. It is so much stuff. And sure, it's helpful. Sure, there is a way to perfect your business and run it so it happens smoothly, so it's optimized, so it, hits people in the right way. The psychology and the messaging all is just, it resonates with people. Yeah, all that stuff. But if it stops you from starting, it is too much, and you need to just start ignoring it and tuning in to your own intuition and to what you know is right. Because seriously, realistically, if you just choose a platform and start sharing your message, you'll start connecting with people, you'll start building an audience. And then from there, all you need to do is to create a product and choose how to deliver it to those people. That's really it. So when I finally created my course, or one of them that I'd been planning, I just shared it on Instagram. I said that I'm doing this thing, and then I delivered it through Facebook. I just made a video every week. I had this planned out for so long that I knew exactly what I was doing. And then I just had to overcome that fear and do it. And I made $1,500, I think, in that program. And it was easy. It gets to be easy, and yet we make it so hard. There are so many pieces of the puzzle. You can go through a business program and you can do all the things and you can get it all right in the beginning, but for some people that doesn't work. For me, I have a bit of a perfectionist nature, so that stopped me from starting. I will start something and then I'll change my mind. I changed my branding on Instagram 1,000,000 times, and if I had just shifted my focus over to helping people, or when I did, because I came in and out of it, when I shifted my focus over to sharing my message and helping people, that's when the best stuff came out. But when I was trying to be a certain something, when I was comparing myself to other people or trying to perfect my messaging, it didn't necessarily help. So my suggestion is that you go out and you learn that stuff and you plug it into your subconscious and you make all these shifts and you can make little tweaks. But I'm a huge believer in getting started and then refining something. I see it as like you're molding a piece of clay, and your business is the clay. Once you have that clay in your hands, you can kind of see the shape that it is, and you can start to mold it and tweak it and make all these little bits until it becomes the thing that you want it to be, until it looks like what and feels like what you want it to look and feel like. But if we just have this business that we're planning and that is in our heads, we're kind of molding this invisible clay and we're thinking about all these details without actually putting anything into action. And because it's in our head, you're trying to piece together the entire picture all at once. So with my first business, I just got started. I had someone make a website for me for $50, and it was a while ago. So they used like HTML code or whatever, and it was just like a plain website, and it just had words, I chose the background and then had words on there. But because I was helping people, because I had a niche, because I was fulfilling a purpose, it really worked. And then a few years later, someone said that they could make me a website via Wix. And then I actually thought, well, if I'm going to have to tell you all the details and how to do everything, I might as well just do it myself. So I taught myself Wix, and then I learned how to set up an online shop, and it all just evolved from there. And because I did it step by step as I went, it was so much easier than if I had just held myself back because it wasn't perfect, because I didn't have the energy to do everything at once. And I am a big believer in tuning into your energy and tuning into your intuition. And as a mom, I know that business can seem really hard. It can seem like there's a lot to do and there's never going to be the time. But I know people who are sitting on amazing ideas that people would really want, and they're giving themselves these reasons why they can't, but they're forgetting to tap into the need that is there. Like seriously, these ideas, these people could hop on YouTube, they could start sharing, and I would watch them, and I know so many people would watch them, but they're holding themselves back because they don't know how to talk to the camera, or they don't know what their branding colors will be, or they don't know what to wear, or they don't like their hair, or just these little things that really make it about us and about details that really don't matter. If you have something that you feel like you want to share, that's maybe your gift or your passion or something you've been through and you know that can help people, get it out there. It's not about all those little details. It's about the message that comes through. You'll notice, maybe you've had this experience, but I know that I've had this experience. If you come across a website, or you come across a thought leader or a person or an Instagram or a YouTube or whatever, and it has something that you need that helps you in some way, you don't care if it's perfect. My favorite Qigong teacher, Qigong is like Tai Chi, on YouTube. I love what she does, and I choose her YouTube channel to use, but it's not perfect. There are prompts on the screen that come up in the wrong timing, and it's slightly frustrating, but I overlook that because it really doesn't matter in the scheme of things. I've bought things from websites before that are super basic websites that are just, white pages. They look kind of outdated. They have an old school pay now button, but the messaging, they've portrayed that they have the thing that I need, and it doesn't matter that the video quality isn't amazing or that they stumbled over their words a little bit, because I'll tell you this though, as long as your audio quality is good and your video is good enough, then you're fine. I have signed up for courses before that are super basic, but it's all about the message. And my message right now is that you can get started with what you have if you stop holding yourself back. So when I started this video, I was super nervous because I didn't want to make a mistake, I guess. Sometimes it's hard to pinpoint these fears that we have within ourselves. And as someone who's been working on mindset and learning about psychology for 15 years, I can tell you that it's not always easy to find those things. You can dig to a certain depth, and then sometimes you just gotta get over it and do the thing anyway, and then see if anything comes up, or then it might just heal it through action. Sometimes things are more subtle and we can't always just see what they are, and it doesn't necessarily matter. So if you're holding yourself back from something that you know you want to do, maybe just try and do it anyway. I wanted to film this video and talk about this and talk about how I was feeling and how I'll probably feel as I make my next YouTube videos, because I want to stand up as one of us, as someone who is afraid to put her things out there, and show you that really all I did was sit on my bed and click the record button. And I did kind of overthink and change several times where I was going to film, and what color bedspread, is this good enough, and how will I set up my cushions, and then I had to play with the lighting, and then I was worried about my hair, and I thought about what I would wear, and I moved something from the background that I didn't like the look of. So I did all that stuff. But if you think about those things, do they really matter? Will they really have mattered to you? Will they have mattered to me after I filmed it? Probably not, because I'm really glad that I showed up and I shared this message with you, and I really hope that it gets more of you into sharing your beautiful gifts, because I know that so many people have them and they're sitting on them and they're just hiding them away. And I want you to know, in a good way, that when you do that, you're doing the world a disservice. There are people out there who need you. They need what you have, and they need it taught in your way, from you, with your personality, because all of us connect differently with different people, and things hit differently and they sit differently with us when they come from different people in different ways. And it really is not going to matter to us if your things aren't perfect or if you stumble a little bit at the camera. And I tell you this, I have been filming to camera for, I think, 5 years, and you'll get used to it. Just try, just practice. If you want to practice videos and not put them online, that's fine too, but if you've got something to share, put up those crappy videos. I would love to see them, and I know that other people would too. So I will see you in my next YouTube videos, where I will chat more about energy, mindset, psychology, business, money, manifestation, motherhood, intuition, all of these lovely things that I love to talk about to get you living your most abundant life and being your most expanded self. So if you got along with me, if you like my energy, my vibe, click the subscribe button. You could leave a comment below if I've got comments on, and I'll see you in the next video. Mwah.